Alright, so we made it to Lumbridge, and we got plopped right in front of this guy named Tom. And I have never seen this man in my life. I don't know how long he's been here in this game. Again, it has been about 15 years since I last played it. But from what I can tell, he just gives you stuff for free. I mean, you had to work so hard for full iron at the beginning of the game. Yeah, you know, I'd rather have the iron chest plate, but at the same time, like, how is this just handed to me? What do you mean I have a starter box? And honestly, I thought the achievement for getting 5, 10, and 20 for attack, defense, and every other one of these skills was supposed to be I have the ability to use certain things, not I would have it handed to me. And free food? I mean, what is this? I used to have to walk uphill both ways in order to get my trout and my salmon. Either way, now I've got a pretty full inventory, and you know what that means. I have to go to the bank. Now, one of my favorite things that I remember is I know where the Lumbridge Bank is, and I can't tell you how long it took me to figure out there were 3 floors on the mansion. I went forever without figuring out where the Lumbridge Bank was, and was just like, there's just no bank. I have to run a drain ore to get there. And no. 3rd floor, there's a bank. I can use it. So for those of you who don't know that there's a bank here, just know that you can just walk upstairs. I mean, this is meant to be a very easy starting area anyways. We're probably not going to leave it anytime soon. We could, but we don't have to. Anyway, so our inventory's full. I'm going to drop a bunch of stuff off of the bank, and then we'll start our first quest. So we head on downstairs, and once we get to the bottom floor, we can go and find the cook. And this is possibly the worst cook of all time, because this dude forgot the Duke's birthday. And given that this is a medieval time period, I'm pretty sure that means that he's going to be put to death. If we don't help him, that is. So, let's go ahead and help him. Essentially, this quest is teaching you that certain things, like cooking, will have multiple ingredients for you to get to the final product. In this particular instance, it's a cake. So a cake needs some milk, some flour, and an egg in order for you to make it. Now, you aren't making it yourself, the cook's gonna make it, and you won't be able to make a cake actually later, until much later on. And off we go. Now, don't make the mistake I did. I literally, you can see it in my inventory, I already have a bucket. You don't need a second bucket. So don't grab a second bucket. Save your coins. You only have 25 of them to start the game, even though it's very easy to get more. We head on down the road to the farm, and wow, look, it's already an egg. That's one item down on this list. Man, this quest is easy. We look to find cows, but none of these cows are dairy cows, which are very specific, and those are the ones that you need to be able to find in order to get milk. But we do see an absolute massacre in a different chicken farm. Good lord, that is a graveyard. Luckily, it's right next to one other thing that we need. So there is a mill, and right next to the mill is some grain. We're gonna pick some grain, we're gonna go up the mill, we're gonna throw it in the hopper, gonna pull the lever, and then we're gonna go down and grab some nice flour right at the bottom. And that is 2 things down. So since there's no dice on the cows on this particular cow farm, we're gonna have to go across the river in order to find the other cow farm. And in order to do so, we have to pass what I would consider one of the greatest battlefields for, well, low-level players of all time. We pass the Goblin Training Ground of sorts, and this has been a war that's been going on. I've been around ever since the beginning. And while I haven't been there in quite some time, I do know that that is a place where low-level players gather in order to train their skills and level up their combat experience. And luckily, it doesn't take too long for us to find the second cow farm. And this one actually has a dairy cow in it. So let's go ahead, grab that milk, and boom, 3 for 3, we have all of our ingredients. Let's get back to the cook. We bring it all back to the cook, and man, is he relieved. And now we get to reap our rewards. We get a quest point, which is our first. Well, it should have been our first, but apparently now Tutorial Island is a quest point, which never was the case back in the past. This brings our cooking level to 5. It makes it just a little bit easier to cook everything and not burn it all. There's a little bit more to discover in Lumbridge, so I'm going to spend a little bit more time here. Maybe I'll even go down some of the paths that are offered. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.